How are we doing, guys? This is my player ratings video for this shambles of the season. Absolute shambolic season. And these are the player ratings. And to be honest with you, some of the players ain't going to get very high marks because there's only a few who would get high marks, but some of them are just not good enough. And some of them hopefully will leave this club. And that's the harsh reality of it. And yeah, I just think this season's been absolutely unacceptable from certain players and that. And let's get into it. Steve Arnold, he has not played a game this season. Standard 5. I'm not going to be too hard. I don't like Steve Arnold, but we're not going to go too harsh on him. Jonathan Mitchell gets a 1. Absolutely shocking. Terrible goalkeeper. Didn't rate him at all. And he's been quite poor, to be honest with you. I think some games he did okay, but then some of the games he was absolutely shit, to be honest with you. Alan Shield, I'm not going to get too much on his case because he's been injured for most of his season, so he only gets a standard 5. Bolger. What? This guy cannot play football to save it because he has been absolutely dreadful. This is a guy who we got in to replace Charlie Good. Are you mad? He has been absolutely dreadful. 0. Worst, one of the worst players we've had this season. 0. Don't think he's done very well at all for us this season. Absolutely shocking. Michael Harriman. He's done okay, Michael Harriman. He gets a 6. I think that's a pretty decent score, to be honest with you. Horsfall. Do you know what? Horsfall, it's quite funny. I would have been like, in January, see you later. Because he wasn't having a very good season. Like the game against Oxford City, he was very poor. Which we're going to get onto the manager in a bit about that. But since we've had Brady come in, he's been excellent. And I think he's turned his season around, to be honest with you. 7. Joseph Mills, has been a very frustrating season for Joseph Mills, to be honest with you. It's been one of them seasons where he keeps getting injured. It's like Kieran Tierney at Arsenal. It's constantly that he's getting injured. And you don't really like to wish like anyone to get injured, but it's constant with him. He's had a good season. He is the captain. So we're going to give him a 6. I think he's had a decent season, to be honest with you. Ryan Watson. Mr. Ryan Watson. Great season for Ryan Watson. I think he's been one of the improved players we've had this season. And I think he's been excellent. And since he's played more in a forward position now under John Brady, where before under Keith Curle it was very defensive midfielder. He's more of an attacking midfielder now, which it won't surprise me if he leaves. I hope he doesn't. But what a player he has been. He will get a 10 out of 10. He's been my player of the season, to be honest with you. Sean McWilliams. Frustrating. It's been a frustrating season for Sean. He's got so much talent, the kid, that it's been frustrating because he keeps getting injured. To be honest with you, been quite challenging for Sean. I think it's been a hard season for Sean, and we're going to give him 6 out of 10. Sam Hoskins. Do you know what? I can't say anything bad about Sam Hoskins this season because he's kept us fighting. And he's one of the players, like Ryan Watson, what gives it 110%. And for me, that is decent from Sam Hoskins. I always thank him for that because he's a very good player, to be honest with you. Sam Hoskins, pretty decent. And he gets an 8. An 8 out of 10. Howie Smith hasn't really been playing much at Motherwell. Didn't really do a lot at Northampton. Don't really want to be too harsh on him, but I'm going to be harsh. Going to give him a 3. Could have been better, in my opinion. He really could have been better. But we'll see if we win him back in League 2. Mark Marshall, I think he's been excellent as well, to be honest with you. I think he's been okay. And I would give him, for this season, a 6. Mikhail Miller, one of the players that we got in, I think he's been excellent as well. And we're going to give him a 7. Lloyd Jones, another one. He has been excellent for me. I think some of his play, he reads the game very well. He's a very good defender, to be honest with you. And that's what I like about him. He will get a 8 out of 10. Danny Rose, we haven't seen the best of him this season in League 1. Hopefully now we go into League 2 we can see the best of him. But he's had an okay season. I think he's been okay. He will get a 6 out of 10. Trucker meter, absolutely shocking. Get in the bin. You have been dreadful. Let me make that very clear. You have been dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. 0. One of the worst players I think I've seen this season. Byron Morris. Been pretty decent. Byron Morris, to be honest with you. Give him a 6. Peter, who we got in January. Think he has been excellent as well. Absolutely superb. He's going to get a 8 out of 10. Right, these are the 3 players who have left the club. Matty Warburton, we didn't see much of him. There's one game he had, I think it was against Cardiff in the Carabao Cup, and to be honest, he played really well. He scored a free kick in that game as well, and he was excellent. But we only seen one game of him. I can't mark him more than a standard 5 for me. Nikki Adams. I'm gutted about Nikki because, like I said when it happened, he's been a legend for this club. He's won us 2 promotions, 2013 season and last season under Keith Cole. And I think he will be a legend, like the other legend we're going to bring up in a minute. I think he is a legend at this club, to be honest with you. I really do rate him. He's just been an absolute legend for this club, and we need to thank him for what he's done. But it's going to be the same as Matty Warburton. I'm going to have to give him... No, you know what? Because it's Nikki Adams. No, same as Matty, standard 5 for me. Ricky Holmes, another legend of this club. I remember when he joined this season and he was speaking to like Tim Overhawk, and obviously he was saying that he doesn't forget about the first promotion. And for me, it's the same with me. I don't forget about the first promotion. That has probably been best times as my Northampton Town fan, to be honest with you. And it's been very good. Obviously, we had to let him go to Southend, who were relegated, and that's never good. So, but anyway, I'd give Ricky Holmes standard 5 as well. Right, managers. This is going to get very interesting. Keith Curle. Right. Far too defensive in League One. Far too defensive. He got rid of so much, and I'm not going to go into it because we'll run over time, but he got rid of so much players, what killed the momentum. I'm just going to point out a few facts. A couple of games where it went wrong was Oxford City in the FA Cup, absolutely embarrassing. Portsmouth, when we lost 4-0. Lost 4-0 in December, should have walked then. And then, obviously, we lost a few games down the bottom. Wigan. We should never have lost to Wigan. That was the most boring game I've ever watched. We were dreadful. But it's some of the players who he's brought in have been absolutely shocking. And it's been an absolute joke, to be honest with you. I see what the owner tried to do and tried to keep him, but it didn't quite work. So for me, Keith Curle gets a big fat 0. Thank God he has ended up at Oldham, because I cannot wait to play him. I said it in Doyley's players ratings, I cannot wait to play against Keith Curle. And that's how I feel. Right. Last but not least, John Brady. Happy that he's got the job, to be honest with you. Excellent. As soon as he came in, you seen the players were playing for him, and they were excellent, the players, to be honest with you. I think we're very lucky to go down. Really unlucky to go down, because we played excellent under John Brady. And the game against Portsmouth at home, when we beat them 4-0, I generally thought we were going to stay up, but it wasn't to be, because the Blackpool game was shocking. But I can't fault John Brady's efforts at the club. And for me, he gets a standard 7, to be honest with you. And he's done an excellent job. Even though we got relegated, but it is what it is. And that is going to be it for this video with the player ratings. See you a lot later. I'm out of here.